Okay, let's get started. Many of you who have already read through our website already know by now that the way our training programs teach speed training is to use a resistance band, which is what you see here, with an isometric training strategy. And what that means is, instead of performing repetitions with the band like you would during a normal weight training session, you take the resistance band and you hold it apart at a predetermined distance for 10 to 15 seconds. This is probably a lot different than you have been training, but as you'll soon see, the results are immediate and dramatic. And you can learn more about this type of training directly from our website. Now, you're going to need to find some of these resistance bands on your own. You can get them directly from our website or a sporting goods store. You're going to want to get several bands that are at least 4 feet long and provide a moderate amount of resistance. Now, what you are about to see is speed training exercise number 1 from the Run Faster program for your thigh flexor muscles. Start by tying your band around a pole, similar to what you see here. Then place your right foot inside the loop and begin stepping forward until you feel the band starting to tighten and tension increasing in your thigh flexor muscles. Next, raise your thigh upwards and then extend your leg forward. Apply pressure in the direction of the arrow as shown and hold this position for about 10 to 15 seconds. You should be using about 70% of your strength here, and it's important not to lock your knee out. Let's take a look at this again. Tie your band around a pole similar to what you see here. Place your right foot inside the loop and begin stepping forward until you feel the tension in your thigh flexors increasing. Next, raise your thigh upward and extend your leg forward. You can also balance yourself against a wall as shown here with your hand. Continue to apply pressure in this direction for about 10 to 15 seconds. You may have felt your leg begin to shake as you fought to maintain this position. This is normal as well as good, and it's a sign that these muscles have never been properly trained before until now. Here's a summary of the original thigh flexor exercise. Number 1, the resistance band is tied around a pole. Number 2, your right leg is placed inside the loop. Number 3, begin stepping forward until tension in your thigh flexors approaches 70% of your maximum strength. Number 4, your right thigh is raised first, followed by extension of the right leg. Number 5, pressure is applied in the direction of the arrow as shown for 10 to 15 seconds. Number 6, rest for at least 15 seconds. And number 7, repeat the exercise for your left thigh flexors by placing your left leg inside the loop instead of your right. Now that didn't look very hard, now did it? The main thing you want to accomplish with this exercise is to make sure that you're really working at holding the final position for 10 to 15 seconds. So if using one band didn't seem very hard, try using 2 bands as shown in this next video. Use as many bands as you need to make your muscles work. The important thing to remember here is not to exceed the physical abilities of the bands. If you stretch the bands too far, you'll essentially turn the bands into a rope and lose the elastic dynamic properties that makes a resistance band so effective for speed training. Now, the recommended training program is included as part of the PDF download file along with some helpful training tips. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you print that out.